You guys already had the best offense in the league before you scored 131 tonight. What has allowed you guys to get off to such a good start this year and to be in such a rhythm like this over the first few weeks?
I think just really building off last season. It's night and day the way that we're playing the start of this season compared to the start of last season. But whenever we made that change, I just feel like we haven't looked back. And, for the most part, we got the same group, one or two new guys, but they really know how to play the game. So, from the first day of training camp, just trusting each other, trusting that, whenever you move the ball, it's going to come back. And that's how we just continue to play and knock down shots.
And you in particular, your free throws have gone up every year. I think you're up around 8.5 or 9 a game. I think this year, last I looked. Has that been something you've been consciously trying to add to your game? And have you seen that really have positive impacts as you've gone on?
Yeah. Like I said, I've worked on my body a lot this summer and physically just feel a lot better. So, reading the game as well as just being able to attack the basket. Much more physical than, past years to kind of gain an advantage and, get the contact.
Jayson, you outscored him 34-20 in the fourth quarter. You're winning fourth quarters. You're a better fourth quarter team this year. Why is that?
I think, overall offense is just better. And then our attention to detail and watching film, managing those late game offensive situations and kind of, being intentional about what we want to do and who we trying to put into action and things like that. So it may look random, but, we talk about it and we know what we're trying to do instead of just kind of like pass and, your turn, my turn type of thing.
And how much of a confidence boost is it that you guys can close out games? It was always kind of when teams made runs at you with 5 or 6 minutes left, but this season you're pushing it back and extending those leads.
Yeah, just learning from your mistakes. Been there one too many times last season, and kind of just learning, knowing what not to do, and it's like, all right, we've been in a situation, teams gonna go on runs, and how to respond, and how to combat that in a sense, and we're confident in that, and we just go out there and do it.
Jayson, on the offensive side of things, did you feel like the free throw piece was kind of the last, piece of the puzzle, so to speak, in terms of getting the calls and getting the line consistently when it comes to the different aspects of your offensive game?
Last piece.
Of terms of putting it all together, dealing with double teams, obviously, and so forth, but that was just the last piece for you of becoming that superstar.
Last piece kind of sounds like I got it figured out, and I, far from that. Still only 24, but just trying to make the game easier for myself, and then ultimately easier for my teammates. So free throws, and I think just moving off the ball. Trying to be efficient with dribbles. There's a time and place, when I'm going to go ISO and have to, create for myself, but. This year looking to off-ball cuts, back doors, coming off pin downs, even if it's just to draw attention and get, somebody else open. So, free throws, but just, moving off the ball is just as important, to me.
Hey, Jayson. Every year you've improved, just getting better and better, scoring more. I understand that the team is revolving everything around you, Jalen, Marcus Smart. Would you say that, I guess that's a part, because you're having MVP-like numbers this season? So, would you also say that you're starting to enter your prime? You're 24 now, and your game is getting better and better each year, so.
It's hard to tell. You're right. I do feel better each year than I did the previous year, and I think my numbers kind of show that. And I think, I'm just more experienced. The more games I play, the better you get. So, I feel like I should be better this season than I was last year from, making it to the finals. That's a big, learning experience. And I think just my eagerness and competitiveness to, always want to get better. And, prime, I don't know. It's always different, I guess, for each person. I feel like, I still can get a lot better. So, I still got a ways to go. And I guess that's a good thing.
Final question, Taylor Snow.
6 3-pointers for Al tonight, tied a career high. How special is it to see him keep putting up these numbers at 36? And, what does that say about the work that he continues to put in?
It's super special. I say this all the time. Al is for sure like one of the best teammates I've ever had, and at any level. I think about being 19 and coming in my first year and kind of him taking me under his wing from a professional standpoint. I remember the first training camp. Every day after practice, he would just encourage me and ask me how I was feeling. Good days and bad days. He just kind of always seemed to check up on me and. Al was just like the ultimate professional, the ultimate teammate, right? It's extremely selfless, always wants what's best for the team. And 6 years later now, I guess, for him to still be the same person and at 36 years old to still, be a starter for us this season and last season, just shows how, he takes care of his body every single day. And, even if he's not the most vocal guy, somebody I've always kind of like learned from of how to go about things. It's not a given you're going to play 16 years in this league. And, he's still, at the top of his game. So, no surprise that he's playing the way he is. But, he just, deserves a lot of credit for the success that, we have this season and continue to have, and obviously last season.
Thank you.
Al, you're tied to your career high with 6 threes. What was it about tonight that the jumper was falling?
More than anything, it was just the way they were playing. That they were pressuring Jayson, some of our other guys, quite a bit, and I got some open looks. So the guys did a good job finding me, and they were just good looks. I had to take them.
I think most of your shots this year have been threes. What's that adjustment been like for you, like really focusing on that shot almost exclusively?
It's been a big adjustment, and this summer that's something that we looked at, and I understood that that I needed to work on it even more, be more comfortable, and we really worked at it this summer, and mentally. I'm getting in that mindset of understanding that I'm shooting more threes, and that's just the way it is. The game continues to change, and for me, it's just trying to find the way that I can, change too.
I think on one of those threes, Smart screen for you. You kind of went over to him before that and said something to him. Are you kind of calling out plays the way this offense is structured on the floor in a situation like that?
I mean, at times, but we're just kind of playing. I mean, it's a lot of fun right now, just and on the offensive end, because it's a lot of ball movement. Where guys are really conscious of understanding what coach wants from us, what he expects, and he wants good spacing, and we're doing a good job at getting to those positions, and it's fun to see when it comes together like that.
You mentioned your own three-point shooting. You guys are way out in front of the league right now in terms of overall offense. You're getting up a ton of threes every game. Michael Malone, coach of the Nuggets, was talking about that after the game, about how regularly you guys are getting to the three-point line here, you're moving the ball around. What do you think the biggest reasons are you guys have been so good offensively to start the year?
I just think it's an understanding, of Jayson, Jalen, and Marcus. It starts with those three guys, and it's the is understanding what we're trying to accomplish offensively, and we want to put pressure on the rim, and we want to finish at the basket. But at the same time, we have to have good spacing around them in case that doesn't happen. We play inside out, we get those threes, and it's just the way our lineups are. We have 5 shooters out there, so we're really spreading it out, and everybody that gets out there, it's a threat to shoot the ball.
Al, you outscored them 34-21 in the fourth quarter, and you guys have been a very good fourth quarter team this year. And last year, that's something you guys struggled with. What's the difference down the stretch? Why are you guys closing these games out so positively?
I think Coach has done a good job getting us organized on the offensive end, and defensively, I felt like we always. We would lock in a little more. But on the offensive end, I feel like he's doing a really good job of getting us where we need to be. And then, he's sending the message. Marcus is getting us, organized in the places that we need. And we're able to just run cleaner offense. And when we get to those positions, Jayson, Jalen, they continue to make the right reads, the right plays. And I think that's been the biggest improvement to your question.
Al, obviously a lot of you guys have played together before, but is it rare to have a team as connected as you are, on offense in particular, but defense as well, this early in the season, where it feels like there's, a flow that you generally see kind of later in the season?
I believe that last year, that postseason run really helped our group come together even more, and we have an understanding with one another. And how we want to play and the things that we want to do, and I feel like it's a carryover. But we want to continue to improve, and game by game this year, I feel like Coach has done a good job of really making it clear for us and the things that he wants us to work on, and guys are going out there and we're executing it. So that's it's a really good sign for us.
30 assists tonight, just 7 turnovers. You guys have been protecting the ball really, really well lately, and for most of the season. What goes into that? What goes into being able to move the ball as much as you guys have while still keeping the turnovers low? Again, I do think that it has a lot to do with how we're organized on offense. We're getting to our spaces. We're giving Jayson, Jalen room to operate and do things, and I feel like that's been one of the big differences. But also, Jayson, Jalen, Marcus again, they're doing a good job reading the defense and understanding when they have to kick it out, not trying to take that extra dribble, things like that. And, it happens in the game sometimes, but, I feel like we've addressed it, a lot, and everybody's conscious about it. So I think genuinely guys are trying to be better. And tonight was one of those nights we were much better, only 7 turnovers. Is that the increase in shooting options? Is that, more guys on the team that can knock the shot down? That helps?
I think it's, just our spacing. I feel like that's good. And guys are capable to shoot the ball. That obviously, puts the defense, on edge, and it opens the floor for those guys to attack. Thank you.